People are frustrated and speaking out, claiming they're forced to work 9 to 5 jobs to live on Earth. They argue it's pointless, that only the rich benefit from everyone's labor and want to organize to stop it, saying if everyone stops, it stops. Okay, let's check it out, man. People tired of working, man. I'm seeing this all over the internet. I understand it. Yeah, I'll get to my thoughts after.
I'm at work and I had a breakdown in the bathroom because it's just like, why are we living like this? There's 7 days in a week and most of us work 5 days a week. Why? Money is fake. Money is an illusion. Time is an illusion. You know what's real though? My fucking energy. I'm tired. I'm drained and this shit doesn't make sense. This shit doesn't make sense. And I don't know why we're still going along with it. If everyone stops, this shit can stop. If everyone stops, this shit can stop. Like,
That sounds good in theory. If everyone stops, just everybody just stops working. But stores aren't gonna just be giving out free food. People gotta feed their families. People need gas in their cars. They gotta get the kids to school. This, that, and the third. The system is gonna run, right? The system is gonna run.
genuinely, if everyone stop, this shit can stop. Why are we paying taxes? Why are we going to work? Why are we paying rent? Like, and I'm talking for no reason because it's never going to happen. But why are we living like this? Like, genuinely, why? Who does this earth belong to that we have to pay rent? Who are we paying rent to? Like, bro, this shit is getting so fucking annoying.
They've tricked our entire generation to work jobs that we hate. And what do we get in exchange for working these terrible jobs? We get money. Money that can't buy back the time that the job took from us. All for what? Just so we're not perceived as a bum by the rest of society, just so we can impress our fathers. And then they trick us on television and social media to believe that we have to be consumers to be fulfilled. And every single time we're left empty. We're just byproducts of a lifestyle obsession. We have no actual purpose. We go into debt to buy a car so that we can commute to work, only to then pay off the car that we just went in debt to go to work. We buy.
Yes. I mean, my thing is, like, we all know at this point how society is and how it runs, and the fact that, yeah, a lot of it is seemingly pointless, right? When it comes to the systems, the consumerism, how we're kind of all just on this hamster wheel. It seems like we're on it, but you can break free of those things. You can get your time back. I think, and some would say, like, all right, grandparents did it, the people before that. I think the major difference is, and you would see a lot less complaining if the value that you were getting for your money was the same. Like, the working wages hasn't kept up with how much the cost of living has risen, if that kind of makes sense. Like, okay, they'll add a couple dollars, a couple cents to the minimum wage, but inflation is skyrocketing food, housing, and all these different things. So you're going to see more and more people fed up. I am interested in this movement if it actually kind of turns into anything. My thing is that you got to understand, especially us as men, whether you're doing something that you like or you're doing something that you want to do, to work is part of, like, the blessing of life. And it might not always, especially if you're not getting much back from it, it might not always seem like that. But if you can find something that you love or eat shit for a little while, a lot of these kids, these like, they seem, I'm 28, right? These three faces on the side, they all look younger than me, and they're already complaining. So my thing is, like I always tell people, if you want to create the life that you want, you got to eat shit for a little while. You know what I'm saying? The last time I was broke, it was probably like 2018, 2019, somewhere around there. I walked into was applying for jobs. Told myself I'm never going to be broke again. Went in there within 1 year. I moved up to almost assistant manager in the building. And, I transitioned from that job into doing what I wanted to do. But I had to eat shit for a while. I had to come in there, do my work, go home early up, wake up in the morning, be at work at 5 a.m., all that stuff. I had to eat shit for a while.
Houses to leave vacant all day to go to work just to pay off the house that we're leaving vacant because we're at work all day. Nothing makes sense.
Like, why are humans so obsessed with suffering? And why does everybody act like it's so crazy that you don't want to suffer? I made a video talking about why do we pretend like we like to work? Motherfuckers really be lying to themselves and around talking about, oh, I love my job and I love hard work and oh, you gotta do something. I ain't gotta do shit. I don't understand why y'all even say stupid ass, silly, dumb lies like that. Then somebody gets in the comment section and like, oh, American culture is so selfish and hedonistic and individualistic. And
my thing is that women, especially when I see women making these points about not wanting to work, y'all put yourselves in this position through stuff like the feminist movement and things like that. Like, yeah, certain part of equal rights, I feel like, yeah, y'all definitely deserve, but a lot of the extra stuff, the stuff that y'all thought y'all wanted to do and don't want to do, like suffering, I think suffering is good for in a man. Suffering, it builds you up, makes you strong, gets you ready for life, gets you ready to defend your family and all that good stuff. And there's no story if you haven't went through anything. You know, we don't want to hear from Joe Blow that his daddy gave him $100 million and, you know, he didn't have to go through anything. At least if you were a trust fund baby or your family gave you something, we still want to see like, oh, he lost the money, then he gained it back, or he did this bad business deal. We want to see the struggle in the process. We don't want to just see, oh, they just had it easy their whole life. But that's something that motivates a man more so than woman. You know, woman, I think too much trauma and too much suffering can be bad for them long term because they deal with it different ways, right? Like certain things happen to me versus my sister growing up, and you know she holds on to certain things longer, and because they affected her deeper, you know, emotionally.
I will sacrifice values and morals and this and that and family. I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. Them is the lies that they tell poor people and serfs and peasants so that you're sitting around worried about being virtuistic and moral and all of this and family and community while the motherfucking king and the queen bitch stay in the castle throwing ass, eating cake, fucking jewels down to they.
I mean, I don't think that's one thing too. A lot of people think you being a good person equals, oh, you're going to be wealthy and successful just working hard and being a good person. No, it takes some knowledge, it takes some being innovative, it takes learning the skill and almost being obsessed with being successful. Like, and you know, that might take you being ruthless at some time and having to be mean to a couple people or some people not liking every decision that you make. You know, that's just a part of it.
Ankles while you in your rags in the field feeling morally superior for no fucking reason, bitch, miserable as fuck, convincing yourself that you are enjoying your misery. Like, y'all are sick. Y'all come to this earth and y'all get played. And anybody that's not willing to get played, y'all look at them like they crazy. Bitch, I'm not willing to get played. Ho, I plan to have a great fucking time on this earth before I get the fuck up out of here. Otherwise, there wasn't no point in me coming here.
Well, I mean, I think she really just doesn't have any sense of purpose. And I think that's what a lot of these people are lacking. They spend so much time working, and then outside of that work that they probably just consume a lot of escapism type of activities, whether it's video games, food, social media, TV, and all this stuff. And then they complain, and that's the biggest thing. A lot of people who are complaining about having to go to work, the time that they're not at work, they do no building. They're not working on no business, no brand, no side hustle, nothing. They just bullshit, go out on the weekend, spend all their time enjoying the fun, right? Enjoying the fun, not understanding that that's the time you're supposed to be making your exit strategy and making your plan. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Everybody is not going to, like, you know what I'm saying? Some people, we need worker bees, right? You know what I'm saying? In the hive, this world we got, we need people to do the menial labor in the task that nobody else wants to do. Now, over time, AI and robots are going to take up a lot of those jobs, but for right now, we still need people to do those jobs. And of course, schools and all that stuff teach you more to be a worker. But my thing is, like, what are you going to do about it? Can't wait for everybody else to get up and stand up with you. Somebody got to stand up and say, like, look, I'm not going to do this anymore. But you got to understand what comes with that. It's either, okay, I'm going to work hard so I can do something else and develop some skills and some side hustles to make this business, invest in this, sacrifice in this area so I can do this. A lot of these people just lazy, to be honest, and they just want to just exist. They still live a purposeless life, because you got to understand that a lot of times that job you got that you hate so much, mind you, I hate all jobs. I tell people, find which one you hate the least. You know, use that as a stepping stone to get where you want to get in life. But a lot of these people, man, they literally just want to sit at home and just consume, not leave no mark on this world, not create anything. So that's why it's hard for me to feel sad for somebody that just makes a video about this shit and doesn't move forward. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I know everybody hates their job, doesn't want to work, and I understand that. I was the same way, and you know, like I say, I only know one way out of it, and that is to create something else.